You're recording. Couch this. Now version of the couch. On the couch. Whatever. It's called Hotseat, I think.
Yeah, okay. So we're going to have a series of videos they'll call Hotseat. So normally for our videos we prepare, research, put together points, but on this Hotseat episodes we're just going to pick a question and try to answer on the spot. And we apologize for the rambling that is going to take place.
We're trying not to ramble too
We'll
much.
try, but it's probably going to happen since we didn't really think about this ahead of time. But it's just to kind of give you guys nothing tailored, everything fresh, straight from the source.
If you have questions that you'd like to know, or things, if you maybe want to come to school here, or you plan to come to school here at some point and there's certain questions you have, you can always send them to us and we can answer them on the hot seat, on the couch, whatever. We can answer these questions as part of this segment. So whatever questions you have, you'd like to know answers to, you're just curious about, it doesn't have to be serious questions, but related to coming to school here. Ask away.
Right. So our question for today is, what's
the difference
in
between
education in, since we're Nigerians, Nigeria, and education in America? Some of this might actually be applicable across Africa.
At least Ghana. I'm sure that one.
But we're going to mention 3 to 6, 3 each.
6 good. Well,
okay, I guess
let's just start with 5. So let's do 2 each first.
2 each, and then if anything comes up, we'll put it out there.
Yeah.
The differences between education in Nigeria and education in America. Your time starts now.
Number 1, the relationship we have with your professor. So in Nigeria we call them lecturers, here we call them professors. And you know how back home, right, in Nigeria, your lecturer can tell you, this class, nobody has ever gotten an A, nobody's ever going to get. Actually, I had a professor tell me that here once, but nobody can ever get A in this my class, blah blah blah, and they just make life so difficult. Like, life is difficult unnecessarily. Here, if you do that, you can actually go and report your professor to the school board and they can get suspended or whatever. So professors are very welcoming. The first thing I noticed though is that you can actually have a very nice relationship with your professors. Like, go to their office, gist with them. Americans are very warm, open, welcoming people in general. So they'll tell you everything about their lives, like first day of class, we're supposed to be doing, what do we do? Scheme of work, go over like course outline.
Yeah.
Professor would, as he's going over the course outline, just know there'll be a slide in there that's talking about his family. He'll show you a picture of his family,
like
his
introduce
kids.
himself.
He'll tell you the name of every
dog.
Yeah, exactly. There'll be a dog. He'll tell you the name of every child. This person is this age. She's here.
She likes this, and then they'll be using their children to teach.
But that's just how Americans are. They're very open and they just tell you a lot about themselves, and they also sometimes expect that from you. So when you're not very forthcoming with information, sometimes they think you are sneaky or you're hiding something, when that's just not our culture. That's just not what we're used to. That's not what we're used to. So the relationship we have with your professors is very different. The professor has no right to tell you here that you cannot get an A in this class. He's supposed to help you work towards getting an A. If he doesn't get a certain number of, if most of the students are not getting A's, it says something about the professor and he has to answer for that. So he's trying to help you do well, and you guys can just have a very chill, cool relationship. Whereas in Nigeria, like, we have this fear of our professors. Like, why would your lecturer tell you can't come to class, you can't come to my class after a certain time, you're late, blah blah blah. Here they can do that too, but you know better than to walk into class like 30 minutes late, obviously. But they can't tell you, they can't keep you away from class, you're paying for it. In Nigeria, things like all those things, you can't come to my class, you can't do this, all this unnecessary, silly, like,
bias.
Class. So that's one major difference that I noticed, like, right off the bat. The relationship you have is very different. And if I have issues, I can go and talk to my professor about it, and they can help you when you're having issues in school. It's just very different. Okay, so not for you.
Alright. I think for my first point, biggest difference between Nigeria and America is in America there's a culture of learning. So when you go to college or in school, the focus is more on you learning and getting something out of all the classes that you take and out of your education overall. Meanwhile, in Nigeria, our focus is kind of towards taking exams and passing, and just cram it and done with the exam, or whether or not you remember it after, whether or not you understand it enough to apply it is nobody's business. So that's one major difference. For the classes that I took, there was you went into the classes knowing what you were going to get at the end of your class. So for instance, we had things called flags, and you can have a flag for American culture or American history or critical, I don't know if it was critical knowledge or critical thinking. It was something geared towards critical something. But like going into a class, I knew what I was going to get out of it. If the flag for that class was getting American history, I knew that going into this class, I was going to learn more about American history. So at the end of my class, I should be able to say that yes, this class fulfilled that flag, and this class helped me learn this particular flag and get this flag towards my graduation. I mean, it's all going to count towards you graduating and getting a degree, but at an overall level, the main focus is on you learning a particular skill, gaining a particular knowledge. In Nigeria, on the other hand, you can take a bunch of classes, and at the end you're like, okay, so what did I get out of that class? I don't know. So that's one major difference. Number 2.
Alright, so my own second point, this is just my own experience. I'm not sure if your experience going to school in Nigeria is different, but in the US, class participation is a really big thing. So it's part of your grade. It's expected that you participate in class, where if you don't participate in class, it can actually hurt your grade. So you're actually forced to talk in class. So it could just be the professor is coming into class saying, or maybe you have been assigned a reading assignment before, and you are going to come to class to talk about it. And the professor just comes to class and says, sit down, okay, this is what we're talking about. Everybody, tell me about what you read, tell me about your opinion. And it just fosters an environment of communal learning, everybody sharing what they learn, and that way you gain a different perspective from your own reading. So you might not even have read, you might just have read just a portion of it, but by the time you listen to everybody speak, you gain a better understanding of it. You learn more about it. In Nigeria, I don't remember us ever having those type of class discussions. It would just become to class. There'll be that odd person who would ask question, or
yeah,
exactly, those people in front. No, there's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that.
But
you know
that
how
one
those
person,
people were there.
that one person will ask who always asks questions, who would say who always make a contribution, but it wasn't really encouraged for everybody to. Maybe it was just a professor that just didn't know how to encourage students to talk. Okay, do you have questions? Does anybody have anything to say?
I guess the other thing though is some professors will look at you as stupid.
Yeah, I guess I was just going to say, I think it's also the environment. So you don't want to be seen as challenging your lecturer, right? Because you could get into trouble. So I think it goes back to our culture and environment where you don't challenge people who are higher than you or in positions that are higher than you.
You don't ask questions.
People who are in authority over you. You don't ask. You can ask questions. You don't.
But if it's so just your question.
Exactly. But if it's to contribute or challenge what they're saying, you don't necessarily do that because you don't want to get into trouble. So it's not really encouraged. Whereas here, it's actually encouraged for you to challenge your professor, and you can actually tell your professor, oh, you're wrong. And if he's wrong, he can accept it. You can go and do his research. But it's encouraged. You can make enemies, but then you can actually. I think it goes back to the American culture of them being very open. Mm-hmm. They can say whatever they want to say. That's how the children are actually raised. So they go to class and tell their professor whatever they hear they want to tell their professor. Who will be like, oh my god, that's so rude. But for them, that's how they are. So it's being in class and being able to talk and learn from each other. And a number of us, we come here and some of us actually struggle because we're not used to talking in class and sharing what we have to learn, what we have learned or something. Whereas here, it's commonplace for everyone to talk in class and share, especially in graduate school. It's very expected, especially even in business school, it's very expected. But I'm not sure, that's just my experience like going to school in Nigeria. I'm not sure if your experience will be different. Might be, but I didn't experience
I did one semester in Nigeria, and no, it's not encouraged anyway. Yeah. Your teacher would never show up in class for you to even be having class discussion.
Yes,
but that's a different conversation for another day.
Okay, so
on to my second point is in America, the education is geared towards also helping you prepare for life after school. Meanwhile, in Nigeria, there's not that.
You graduate, bye.
Like you graduate, so yeah, this is your certificate. You might actually get your certificate 6 months after you graduated. But there's a lot to be done. But in general, education here prepares you for life after school. It's you right from when you're in freshman year, the classes that you're taking, they get towards helping you outside when you graduate. So like you take classes in as teams, or you do a lot of group work together, group presentations, because you're going to have to work as a team when you graduate. A lot of companies work as teams. Even if you work in your little cubicle, you're going to have to interact with other people. So right from when you're in college, they're already teaching you how to do that. They're already teaching you how to work together as a team, how to do public speaking. Even if you don't learn it in class, there are organizations that do that. There are organizations that are focused mainly on helping you get professional skills to prepare you for life after college. Meanwhile, in Nigeria, it's like a siloed world of this is your university. You finish, you get your degree. Okay,
that's it.
You get your, and then they help you do NYSC. Okay, fine, you do your NYSC.
But you don't know how to. You don't know how to do an interview. You don't know how to
write your own resume. You don't know how to do that.
Your resume is.
Yeah, and then you write a 2-page CV.
My CV right after school was what, like 2 pages with all this.
What are you writing? Who has time?
How did I write my CV? Somebody had written CV. All of us were just copying each other.
Yeah, copy somebody's CV.
Like,
I mean,
nobody will tell you this is what to do. This is how to do it. You could have family that may help you, but your school, what resources are they providing? You don't have that. That backbone or that support. Yeah.
Meanwhile, in America, every good school has a career center. Every school, if your school doesn't have a career center, you need to transfer because.
So and you're paying
every
for
school has a career center. There are people that are trained to help you prepare. They are trained to help you read your resume, read your essay. If you're going to grad school, they'll read your essay for you, give you feedback, your personal statements rather. Cover letter, read your resume for you, help you edit.
There are mock interviews, help you practice for interviews and all of that. There's a lot, and this is something every standard school should have. It's not restricted to just the big schools.
Yeah, even if you don't make use of it, or you don't, let's say as a freshman you're not thinking about what am I thinking about graduation.
Even if you don't use it, it's there.
But it's there to use it, and even professors will encourage you. Actually, for my business classes, like towards your senior year, actually I took a class not my senior year, probably my junior year, but when you're a second semester junior and maybe first year senior, I don't remember, but like when you're close to graduating, it's an entire class geared towards preparing for your career. Literally the entire class, everything you read, everything you watch is about preparing for life after school. It's about asking questions like maybe that are related to professional. I mean, obviously all the classes that I take, you have questions about professional life, but this entire class was literally about, okay, so when you graduate or when you're working, do you think you like this environment or not this environment? And then you have a class discussion on which environment is better and all of that. So they're helping you think about life after school. Even if you start thinking about it, it's just your senior year. It is late, but it is better late than never. Meanwhile, in Nigeria, there's nothing in place. There's no structure in place to help you think about it. And there's no structure in place for the people that are thinking about it to help them make that transition. It's just like, this is university, this is work life. There's no bridge in between. And people have to.
And this affects a lot of us graduates by the time we go into the job market because we can't even.
You're not ready. You can't articulate yourself. And then that's why some people will come and say,
the proper resume.
Some privileged people will come and say, "Oh, I interviewed this person. You cannot believe that this person is
and they graduate this and they can't
articulate
and it's not like you don't know what
you're doing or what you can offer.
You just have not been trained to speak the right way or say the right things.
Yeah, I've been in some interviews. Like Nancy used to interview some people, and like we're younger then, and even back then I used to be like, this one graduates.
Even me, like, I was applying for a job. Like, how did I get this job? You now look back and I'm like, that's why I didn't get the job. Like, why was I even talking like that? How was I sitting like that? How would they come look at what was on my CV?
Yeah, or look at how I was dressed. They even tell you, like in America, they tell you, don't wear this, don't wear that. See. Also, I show up in Nigeria. I'm sorry, I see some people going to work in Nigeria and I'm like, where are you going to? Why are you dressed like that? And you cannot gather yourself. Maybe your company culture is like that, that's okay, but like...
If you have gotten the job, you're fine.
If you've gotten the job, you're good.
But if you're an interview.
But if you're looking for an interview, you don't show up in like the most colorful outfit you have with all the makeup in the world and your hair is maybe flamboyant. Even guys, your suit is rumpled, your shirt under is rumpled, you don't have color coordination, you're wearing a very, very pale gray suit for an interview. Why? Why?
Little things like that. Nobody
You're doing fashionista interview. Like,
nobody tells
meanwhile, in America, literally, your career center will put together regular sessions on how to look for an interview. As much as possible until you get the job, for an interview, you want to be conservative. Wear a dark colored suit. Don't wear three-quarter, don't wear skinny jeans, don't wear a slim tie. And interview is not the place for a slim tie. Throw it away, fling it out, everything, just throw it away. I feel like we need to have a session in this actually.
Yeah.
Literally, like we need to have a session in this because I'm very, very passionate about I would like an entire organization for professional knowledge and all of that. I can help you. But seriously, there's a lot that is not being done, and the educational system in Nigeria just does not prepare people for life after college. That's why I can't entirely blame the unemployment rates when they don't prepare people for life after school. It's unfortunate, but
I was gonna just mention one. So education in Nigeria, I think it's very regimented. Where if you are studying one course, you are only going to take classes related to that course till you graduate. So for instance, you study economics, you might take one. You take mathematics classes, you might take one accounting class, one business class, here and there. But you might have electives, but you're not really allowed to take courses really outside of that. So unless you go to private university, and they force you to take all those Christian classes. That's about it. But even your electives are sort of selective.
Really?
Yeah.
What about the Muslims?
You have to take it today. It's part of the curriculum. So that's what I mean. It's very regimented. That's private university. I'm not sure about federal university, but it's like you have to take this class. Even your electives, these are the electives you can take. And for instance, if I have an interest in something outside of my department, I have an interest in literature, I have an interest in history. Can I go and take a class in the history department? Take a class in the literature department? No, it's not necessarily allowed for me. You don't even know if you can. I don't even know what role of our course advisors. We have course advisors. I'm not sure what they do. We just go and
give them course catalog.
We do, but
is it outdated?
I don't know. I think but we have a course advisor, but you don't go to your course advisor and have a discussion with him. You're going to go to your course advisor when you need to sign something for you. That's about it. I never knew what course advisor was. Like, why do I even have course advisor? What's it there for? So like the little things like that, I'm supposed to this is the class you're supposed to take. You're supposed to have a tailored, curriculum for you. My curriculum should not be the same as my classmates, even though we're doing the same course. It should be tailored to what our interests are and what our goals are. But we don't have that. Whereas here, it's also still kind of regimented in the sense that if you're taking an economics class, you're expected to take your core classes. But you will still be allowed to take classes from wherever you want. It's actually encouraged. Especially at the undergraduate levels, it's encouraged for you to take classes from different departments and different colleges. So that way you learn.
It helps you minors if you want to
it helps you determine what you want to study. So if you're not too sure, you can take classes here, and then by the time you start taking those classes, you can now decide, oh, I want to focus on this, I want to focus on that. And then you now have a major in minor. So you can have a major in finance and a minor in Spanish or theater or something like that. It's we don't have that, which I wish was something we had. So that way it just broadens your perspective and your knowledge you gain. Really, it's very helpful.
Yeah, and I guess it also helps you create your own course. So, for instance, if you want to do finance, but you maybe want to do international finance and all of that, even if there's no course called international finance, you can always take classes in international studies or get another language in a country that you like to work in eventually. So, it helps you structure your own path if you already know what you want to do. But there's just freedom in learning. Like, it's not. It's economics. This is what you need to know.
This is all you must take.
And because this is all you get. You get this very, very narrow point.
Exactly.
Meanwhile, the entire world is like this, and you're not seeing that entire world. Your mind is not broadened. That's why you get graduates that cannot articulate themselves, or graduates that cannot, or their mindset is very, very limited. They have a very myopic view towards life. And meanwhile, university is meant to open up your mind. It's meant to open up all the rusty parts of your brain, get you thinking. You just learn. Like, how can you enter university and your guess out and your mindset is still the same? How? Yeah.
So this is, like I said, this is the first. We're going to try to do more videos like this where we just ask like random questions. We could ask each other questions. It could be questions that you send in and we answer, or it could just be questions. We have a main theme and then we just answer. So if you'd like to see more videos like this, you can comment in the comment section below, and remember to send your questions if you have any to comment to the USA@gmail.com. We'll put it in the comments. We'll put it in the description box below.
Yeah. And to be at the end of this video, so
yeah. So any final words, parting words?
send questions and share and like and comment.
Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for
Yes.
watching again. As always, you know who we are. My name is G1.
I was going to say something when I paused and I literally just like forgot. I didn't just stand and start looking like that. Like it came and it just went. That's what happened.
Nice.
My name is Imani. My name is Moya, and we'll see you on the next episode.
To all my people where they feel my way, we turning up from Monday down to Saturday. Oh yeah, bring the bottles, make we pop away. Oh yeah, body, wallet, turn up.